Talking about space weather. Got X-ray flaring. You got filamentary activity. You got an active region rising over the eastern limb right near the solar equator. Could be turning into a sunspot. Could already be a sunspot. We got Hurricane Michael just making landfall as we do the update. Also, electron storm has got spacecraft to the point. Internal charging hazard everywhere and external charging hazard starting to build up. First, let's look at the hurricane right as it makes landfall. Here it is invisible. Check it out. That's the NASA GOES visible satellite there. We will leave links to all of these in the description. Here we are on the dirty long wave radiation. Right at the exact moment of landfall. Lastly, let's take a look at what's going on in the water vapor. There you have it. Quality images of Hurricane Michael. Take a look at the sun in 304 angstroms. You can see heavy amount of activity on the eastern limb. Filaments that are a quarter of the circumference of the sun going around there. A lot of activity. I think that's where the X-ray flare came from too. The filament in the northwest has finally diminished. Magnetic lines, you can see the current coronal hole. It's about to be in an Earth-facing position. Very large. Still partially connected to the solar south pole, it appears. Keeping an eye on that. And we're waiting for that coronal hole wind stream. It's going to take a couple days for that to arrive yet. Here you can see the X-ray flare. Just in the low B class range. Which is more than nothing. Solar wind density has dropped way off. Temporary drop-offs there. Staying between 1 and 10 for the most part. Solar wind speed staying above 500. Magnetometers in a more stable range. KP index is back up to 3 after being at 1 for half the day. And here's the real issue. Electron flux is extremely high. And a lot of the perturbations going on in the ionosphere are because of that. You can see it's been above 10 to the 5th. And it's toying with that range again, causing massive charging hazards. You can see all around the planet. Starting to get some surface charging as well as internal charging. The F2 ionosphere layer is a little on the charge side, but fairly non-anomalous. And there's your aurora. All right. So, yeah. Close it out on the visible of that Hurricane Michael. There you have it. If you haven't evacuated, put on your life preserver because it's going to be a long ride. In closing, may the wind be at your back and the atherosclerosis absent from your arteries.